JTF Live is live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wildcats everywhere, wave your hands up in the air. That's the way we do it, let's get to it, come on, everyone.
Hey, Timothy Allen McDonald. I'm your host of JT Fridays Live at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to do today what we all do best. We're going to make the world a better place, one musical at a time. Hey, welcome from Auckland, New Zealand. So glad it's sunny. All right, so we've got some good news here in New York City. It's a glimmer of hope. The curve is starting to plateau, which means if everyone will just stay calm, stay the course, things are going to start getting better here. And everyone who's watching this all over the world, same thing. Stay home, stay safe, make the most of this time, and we will persevere, I promise. All right, who has been following Rob Rakiki's #OneNote, the challenge? There have been some really incredible posts out there. Go watch those videos. A shout out to Inspiration Stage. Oh my gosh, that was some good singing. So who's been a part of Teachable Tuesdays? Hey, Mandy. We are having so much fun. Again, we had a packed Zoom room. So if you would like to be in the Zoom where it happens, all you need to do is email Lindsay right there at iTheatrics.com, and she will put you on our distribution list. And every Monday, you will get a new Zoom meeting invite. And so join us. That's every Tuesday at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. All right. So next week is going to be, it's going to be big because we are doing the Big One-Oh, the Zoomsical. We will be premiering it next Friday at 4 o'clock right here at JT Fridays. So tune in, tell your friends, organize some watch parties. Let's make this, what else? Big. How many big jokes can I use in one session? Well, that's 3. I won't do 4, I promise. Anyway, please tune in. It's really going to be terrific. I've been able to sit in on many of the rehearsals, and these kids are bringing it. So please join us. Afterwards, there is going to be a cast party, and you are all invited. So I will host a shorter version of JT Fridays after the broadcast right here. So join us for that as well. And we'll share some of the magic on how we made this work. Our show today is gigante. We have the awesome JJ Curata, yes, and we have Broadway's Princess Jasmine herself, the talented Arielle Jacobs. But before we launch into all the musical theater mayhem and madness, you know what we got to do? We got to do that pledge. So everyone stand up on your feet, let's go. All right, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. We'll do it again. I do hereby promise to defeat this pandemic through physical distancing, by keeping a positive attitude, and by helping others in need. Because I am an artist, and I will use my artistic superpowers to make this world a better place. So help me, Sondheim, jazz hands and spirit fingers. I always wonder if someone just randomly tunes into this and has never been to JTF, what they must think. I think they must think, I don't know, I'm running some sort of cult. I am not. If you're tuning in, this is just all of my friends from our junior theater festivals. All right, Grand Vizier V Chat, is everyone at places?
Yes, Tim, the talent is locked and loaded.
Nice, good one.
I know, thank you. It's like we didn't script it or anything.
Not at all, just totally spontaneous, this whole event.
So spontaneous.
Who's our first guest?
All right, please welcome to the stage to JT Fridays Live at 4, stage actor JJ Curata.
Hey, you're muted. We're going to do this in a sign language. I wish my American Sign Language is just any better than what I have. See, he's good. He's good. He's good. It's shh, shh, shh. You're not supposed to see her yet.
So it looks like you guys are muted. I can't unmute you from this end.
So let's go forward, and we may come back to JJ.
Great. We'll be back with JJ.
Yes.
All right.
Well, VChat, who's next? I believe it's Mr. Sparkles himself.
Yes, I do think so. We have Mr. Daniel J. Mertzlufft. Just 1 second.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Dan, how's it going?
I'm doing so well. How are you?
I'm good. Hey, I'm liking the new look.
I know the corn beard. It's coming along. It's coming along.
It's yeah.
You know, I'm like, when in my life am I ever gonna have like months of no outside appearances? So I was like, if there was ever a time to give it a try, why not now?
Absolutely, yeah. Check it out. So, have you named the beard?
Oh no, just the corn beard. Corn beard at the moment.
Corn beard at the moment. And where are you sequestering?
I am in Buffalo with my parents, Buffalo, New York. Just
Ah,
upstate.
well, please tell them hi.
Hi, Nate. I will.
Please
As
tell
soon as this is all over, my mother is very excited to send iTheatrics cookies.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I mean, yes, all the cookies. So Dan, one of my favorite parts of JTF, in fact, all of ours, is Lindsay's incredible playlists that she creates.
Yeah.
And I love it, like, especially like before the new work showcase, and everyone's singing along, and they're dancing their dance routines, and it just has such great energy. So I was wondering if we could replicate that in a live acoustic way with a little sing along with Dan. What do you think?
We could certainly try.
All right, hit it.
All right, guys. The lyrics are going to appear on the screen, I believe, right here, and I'm excited to hear you sing along. Take videos of you singing along, post them, tag me. I'm excited to see you from all over the world. Let's do it. You all know this one. I've learned to slam on the brake before I even turn the key, before I make the mistake, before I lead with the worst of me. Give them no reason to stare, no slipping up if you slip away. So I got nothing to share, no, I got nothing to say. Step out of the sun if you keep getting burned. Step out of the sun because you've learned, because you've learned. On the outside, always beginning, will I ever be more than I've always been? Cause I'm tapping on the glass, waving through a window. I try to speak, but nobody can hear, so I wait around for an answer to appear while I'm watching people pass, waving through a window. Can anybody see? Is anybody waving back at me? You like that little modulation? Woo! You know this one too. Something has changed within me. Something is not the same. I'm through with playing by the rules of someone else's games. Too late for second guessing. Too late to go back to sleep. It's time to trust my instincts. Close my eyes and leave. It's time to try to find gravity. I think I'll try to find gravity, and you can't pull me down. All right, when we were trying to pick out this medley, we were like, what's thematic for this quarantine? And I think this one matches that well. Here and now, it's time for celebration. I finally figured it out. Yeah, that all our dreams have no limitations. That's what it's all about. Everyone is special in their own way. We make each other strong. We make each other strong. We're not the same. We're different in a good way. Together's where we belong. We're all in this together. Once we know that we are, we're all stars, and we see that we're all in this together. And it shows when we stand hand in hand, make our dreams come. We're all in this together. Once we know that we are, we're all stars, and we see that we're all in this together. And it shows when we stand hand in hand, make our dreams come. Wildcats everywhere, raise your hands up in the air. That's the way we do it, let's get to it. Come on, come on, come on, come on, everyone! I think you guys are great.
Oh my gosh, Dan, that was so much fun. I was totally dancing along.
Yay!
Yay.
So fun.
All right, give it up for Dan.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Hey, Valorous B. Chat, who's next?
Yes, sir. Should we go back to JJ or should we move forward?
Let's move forward.
Okay, great. So now we have Dean Pitchford and Doug Besterman.
It's that one day in a lifetime no one ever wants to miss. Cause this is mind-blowing, eye-popping, pulse-racing, jaw-dropping, history, that's what this is. This is big. Big! This is big. This is mind-blowing, eye-popping, pulse-racing, jaw-dropping, big one. Oh, this is big.
The big 1-0. This
Hi.
is
Hi, Tim.
Hi, you guys.
Hi, Tim.
Hi. Hi, Mandy. That video was so great. It was so
It's fun.
so great
Yeah,
to
very
see all
exciting.
those beautiful faces again.
So where are you guys sequestered?
I'm in Santa Barbara, California.
Nice.
And I'm in New York City in my bedroom, which is where we get the best internet. So-
You know, Corona times, call for Corona measures.
Exactly.
So do you have a guilty pleasure while you're, staying home, staying safe?
Oh, yeah. Binge watching. Netflix, Amazon Prime, just 8 hours in a row. 12 hours in a row. Nothing can be too long for me.
What are you watching? What's the thing?
Oh, God. I watched Jiri Haji, which is this Japanese detective thing that moves back and forth between Tokyo and New York. I watched Unorthodox. I've got so many queued up, I can't even keep track of them all. I just make popcorn and I drop out.
That's a good plan. And how about you, Doug?
My guilty pleasure is peanut butter chocolate chip oatmeal cookies, homemade.
Ooh.
I've eaten far too many of those.
I mean, why not?
Why not?
Why not? Hey, congrats on the podcast.
Thank you.
Please tell us all about it. It's such a big hit.
We are the little podcast that could. So the name of the podcast is Little Did I Know. And we've been told it is the first Broadway level podcast musical. And it's the story of a group of recent college graduates who bring a broken down summer theater back to life in the summer of 1976. And we have an amazing cast. We have Broadway stars Leslie Margarita and Patrick Page, very exciting. And some YouTubers that may be familiar to our audience today, Kurt Hugo Schneider, Sam Tsui, and Casey Brevis. And then the star of the Disney Channel's Austin and Ally, Laura Marano. So an amazing group of performers.
And you wrote this with a couple of folks that we may know.
Yes. I wrote the musical with our other guests today, Dean Pitchford and lyricist Marcy Heisler. We wrote 23 songs in a very, very short amount of time. And we're just so proud of how it all turned out. We hope you'll listen in.
And where do we find it? And there's two things. There's the podcast, but there's also an album, right?
We have a cast recording as well. So the podcast you can find on Apple Podcasts. If you just go to the Apple Podcast page on your phone and scroll down, you'll see us. And the cast recording, you can find it on BroadwayRecords.com or just right on Spotify. It's there to be heard. So we hope you'll tune in.
Yeah, so everyone go out there and do that. We all have lots of time on our hands. And this is a Broadway show and a podcast. It really, really is. I'm loving it. So thanks for making it all happen and bringing it to us. So in terms of the Big One-Oh, Dean, you were super helpful in guiding us in adapting it for this. It's like
Zoomsical.
Yeah, Zoomsical. It's like the Wild West version of it.
Yeah.
What were the takeaways that you got when I sent you that first draft, and what did you think?
Well, first of all, it was very consoling to see how sturdy the story is and how endearing and enduring these characters are. They just continue to show up and make me laugh and make me love. And what also never fails to amuse and amaze me, Tim, about your work is that you repurpose characters in ways that are not there in the junior version, but you found other people. We had all these characters and you sort of like moved them around and made them serve other plot points, and we didn't lose any characters. And that was the amazing part of the jigsaw puzzle that I found.
Well, that's a testament to your source material because it's rich. So thank you for that. So I think we have Marty, who's backstage, and he's going to give us an update on how Zoomsical rehearsals are going.
Yeah. Hey guys, it is going so well. Thank you for letting us try this out with your material, taking our suggestions, but coming back with better suggestions because you know it so well, and letting us play. We are having the best time. We have our iTheatrics staff with 16 kids from all over the country, and rehearsals 3 days a week, and we're going to be ready next week for our big presentation.
So Marty, what's been the biggest challenge in this process?
Well, we all know music is a challenge through Zoom, and we figured some of those things out. But we did all the choreography and fit that in our frame, in our boxes. That was pretty cool. One of the most interesting things we found, though, is we had to make some props. In the story, The Big One-Oh, Charlie goes to a birthday party, or he has his birthday party, so he has to make invitations. Well, he has to make the invitations, then he has to give them to other people who then have to have the invitations, and that's part of the story you have to follow. So we talk to all 16 kids because we don't know what they have at their house in sequester. So they might not have the red construction paper that we wanted, or they have this. So we had to find a way to make all of these invitations from different places, all be the same prop, but from 16 different houses across the country. And it worked out. We actually really pleased with how the little fun things you've learned along the way.
I understand you have a sneak peek for us today.
We do. We have the kid who's playing our Charlie. His name is Matty Ward, and he's from Virginia. And he volunteered to come on and sing us one of the songs from the show. So without further ado, let's bring on Matty Ward and a sneak preview from The Big One-Oh. Zoom.
Hi. So, what am I going to do for my big day? I never gave it a thought till now. I don't need confetti or the beating of a drum. All I really need is some sort of celebration. Sure, a party might be nice, 'cause you never turn 10 twice. But who am I kidding? That'll never happen. See, I don't have a swimming pool or an interesting backyard, so keeping people entertained would be hard. Still, I started out in diapers, but now look how far I've come. And isn't that worth some sort of celebration? I'd like more than a cupcake, less than a parade. I'd just like to make some memories before I leave 4th grade. And maybe that sounds tough, and maybe that's okay. Hey, all I want is some sort of celebration.
Maddie, that was amazing.
Thank you.
Really? Really?
Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Hey, Maddie, you played this role before, right?
I did, yeah. I played it this summer.
Yeah, you did it as one of our Junior Theater Academies when we piloted the very first ever production of it.
And you blew us away.
Thank you so much.
Well, thanks, Maddie, and we all can't wait to see you next Friday. Are you nervous?
I'm actually feel really prepared. It's an amazing show, and we've had so many great rehearsals so far, so I'm really excited.
Hey, what's the best part of rehearsal?
My favorite part is kind of seeing when we're all on mute and we are singing, but you can't hear us. It's just fun to watch everyone's faces because everyone has so much passion in this show, so it's really cool to see that.
And besides Charlie, do you have a favorite character?
My favorite character is Jennifer because she sings this beautiful song, and honestly, I can kind of relate to it, and it's just really beautiful, and I love her character.
Awesome. Well, we cannot wait to see you break all the legs in your tiny little boxes.
Thank you.
Great. See you guys. Thank you.
Bye. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you,
Bye,
Friday.
everyone.
Stay safe. Stay sequestered. All right. So, Vichet, what's on tap?
They come from the land down under. Our kangaroo pals, Shane and Daniel.
Hey!
Okay, you look like you're dressed, for an evening stage event. But what time is it in Australia?
Oh, it is 25 a.m.
Whoa, say that again.
It's 6:25 a.m. 6:30 in the morning.
6:30 in the morning. So we're finishing our day here on the East Coast of New York, and you guys are you usually even up this early as a theater people?
No, never. When Dan started singing, I was like, that's too early in the morning for a song like that.
Well, you both.
The good news is, Tim, that we're in Saturday here now, and the world is still alive.
Yeah.
The sun does rise again.
Yeah.
I love that you guys are in the future.
The future looks bright for everybody.
So Australia has really done a terrific job of handling this pandemic. Tell us some of the things that they've done and what people are doing there.
You go, Daniel.
Well, we're doing really well with it. And it's only because people are staying at home. We got the virus a little before the United States got it, and we were not doing too well at the beginning for about the first week or two, and then everyone stayed home and they introduced social distancing. And now we are really on top of it. Our hospitals have been fine. We've had lots and lots of testing, and it's looking really good.
That's so good to hear. So again, staying home is working. I know it's hard for all of us extroverts. I know it's hard for our young people, our teens. You're at the time when you really want to be social. Stay home. Thank goodness you have the internet and all of this wonderful technology that even 30 years ago wouldn't have been possible. Yeah. So just stay home. So what's the one thing you're really looking forward to when all of this is over?
I'm really, one of the biggest things that I really missed is having all of the creative outlets closed down, like performing on stage and rehearsing with young people, and just having that creativity in a room together where you can fuel each other's energy. It's a little bit harder to get that momentum going over a screen. So I'm looking forward to just being in a creative room with people again. I know it's really simple and obvious, but that's what I'm looking forward to.
I'm looking forward to the hugs.
Yes. All right, you guys, it's game time. We're going to play a little game, and it's called Who's Most Likely To. All right? So just have to decide. And so the first one is, who is most likely to break out in spontaneous dance?
Shane.
Yeah.
I agree. Who's most likely to riff for no reason?
Daniel.
To what?
Who's most likely to skinny dip?
That's both of us.
All right. Who's most likely to cry while watching young people perform?
Well, I do. Do you, Daniel?
Oh, not if they're terrible.
Okay. Who's most likely to break the rules?
Shane.
All right. And here's the last one. Who is most likely to be eaten by a croc or bit by a poisonous bug or attacked by a cassowary?
That's you. That's you, Tim. When you come down to Junior Theatre Festival Australia, that's you.
That's me. It's true.
A snake with your name on it.
You did hand me a crocodile live on stage.
True.
Yes.
What else? Yeah.
Yes. I was not happy about that, but I did it. Hey, so what's the current dates for JTF Oz?
So we are in the last weekend of October every year. So this year it is going to be
It's the 31st.
Is it? The 30th?
Yeah, Halloween.
Halloween.
Yeah. So we might have a big spider with your name on it, Tim.
Oh, good. I hope it's poisonous.
Oh yeah.
And how many kiddos are you bringing to JTF Atlanta this year? Next year?
Oh. Including New Zealand?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, maybe 150?
Wow. That's incredible. It's the thing that like Vichet of JTF that really surprises me is we never thought it would be such an international sensation and that folks would want to travel 20, 30 hours to come be a part of it. So thanks, you guys. Thanks for helping us make the world a better place, one musical at a time.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Have some coffee, have some tea, cup of tea. All right. Venerable Vichet, who's on tap?
Oh my gosh, I knew you needed me when you slipped up on my name. I knew.
Like literally, my brain replaced JTF with Vichet. How does that work?
We're interchangeable, truly. All right. So next up, we're so excited about these two guests. Please welcome back JJ Curata and Broadway's Jasmine, Arielle Jacobs.
Hello!
Hey.
Hi, everybody!
JJ, we're sorry that we missed your warm up, but after singing, it just felt like it would be like weird to center when we were like,
"Whoa." We get it. We get it.
It's okay.
We can do it another time.
We can do it another
we
time.
will. We will have you back. I want to do it. So
Great, I'm in. We are in.
yes. All right. You guys were just married 3 weeks ago, 4.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I've lost all track of time in the quarantine black hole.
Mhm.
However long ago March 6th was, which may have been a month or may have been 80 years.
It was a month ago.
It was a month ago. Even and I, you invited us.
I know. Yeah.
With our director of Between the Lines, Jeff Calhoun, and Joe Pico.
So beautiful.
We had such a beautiful time. It was in Tulum. And
Tulum, Mexico.
Tulum, Mexico. And it really just felt, well, little did we know now that was the last hurrah.
Yeah, it was the last hurrah.
I know. We came back from that trip, and I was supposed to have 2 weeks left as Jasmine in Aladdin, and then after my third performance, that was Broadway closed. Broadway shut down, and then that was all done.
So you didn't even get to have that moment where you're like doing your show and you're like, this is the last time I'm going to fly on the carpet. This is the last time I'm going to wear this.
No, it was really weird. I was in the final show thinking, I wonder if this is my last show.
Yeah, you knew.
I kind of thought, I had a feeling they were going to maybe, stop Broadway, but I didn't know when, and I didn't know for how long.
But she has a video. She has a video that she did backstage where she was with her friends, and she was like, I think that this is my last show.
It's on my Instagram.
Yeah,
I posted it. I was like, after I sang A Whole New World, I talked to my castmates, and I was like, you guys, that might have been the last time I'm going to sing that song. Yeah.
I know I asked you this on our podcast, Growing Up Broadway on iHeartRadio, on the YouTube channel, little plug there. But what's the one what was your favorite part of doing that show?
Of doing Aladdin,
Yeah.
my favorite part of being Jasmine was riding the magic carpet, because every time that the carpet flew up over the stage, because it's flying everywhere, you could hear the audience gasp. And that was my favorite part, because I could feel that they weren't expecting it to feel so magical, and that it really flies.
Yeah.
So I loved that. And then I loved coming out of the stage door and seeing all the little girls who came wearing Princess Jasmine costumes.
You were very generous to pose and take selfies, but you took it one step further.
I did. So I would take a picture with all the girls dressed as Jasmine, and then I would pull out my cell phone and ask their mother to take a picture on my phone, because I wanted to have an album, which I still have, of me with all the little Jasmines. It's so cute.
Oh, that's so generous and so fun. What a great memory for you.
It's always a thing that I've admired so much about her, and that I've learned from her as an artist, is that no matter what Broadway show she's in, and no matter how vocally challenging it is, she always comes out fast and doesn't have people waiting for huge amounts of time, and then speaks with everybody and takes pictures with everybody and gives everybody time. I know a lot of folks in shows, they they're like, oh, I need to rest and do stuff. So even if she's quiet on vocal rest, but she's
I still like to
with
sign,
everybody.
even if I'm on vocal rest. I still like to go out there, because I know that they want to take a picture, and it means so much to them. They might have been saving up for a Broadway show for who knows how long. It might be their first Broadway show, and it's such a momentous experience for them.
Well, speaking of momentous, your wedding was a who's who of Broadway. Your friends are, like Titus Burgess. It was like the most talented. It was wedding. It was concert. It was so wonderful.
It was totally a concert in the wedding.
It was the best concert ever. And the cool thing was that we didn't know who was going to perform. We told everybody that instead of sending us money or buying us pans, that for us, we don't
need a blender.
No, we always talk about in art, things having an essence of the eternal in them, and we want as much of that in life, things that have something in them that'll live beyond their life. And for us, art is one of those things that there's something of the eternal in it, like what we talked about on the podcast, that when we were in Athens and we realized that we were at the temple of the Theater of Dionysus, the first theater where they made the comedy tragedy masks, and it's just ruins, but it says this company ran in rep for 1,000 years. And we were like, oh, so we are just a part of this ancient, arts theater tribe, and that the theater is so much bigger than us. So that's what we wanted as gifts for the wedding. But we asked our friends not to tell us who was going to perform, and it was so moving, and people shared their hearts so much. It was incredible.
It was so beautiful.
It was beautiful. Your brother sang a particular number that I'm very fond of. I think we have a clip of me, this is me filming, through Titus Burgess's head. I was
and us dancing.
Yes. Bichette, do we have that?
Take my hand, I'll guide the way. For as your head be in the now, right now. You're trying to hold on to.
Yay! I can sing or anything.
I guess we should point out that Adam is the OG Aladdin, Broadway's OG Aladdin. That was what a voice.
I lost it when I was.
Yeah, you didn't know.
Yeah, I believe.
I knew he was going to sing, but it was a surprise for him.
No, I knew he was going to sing, but I think the kids would say I was shook.
Arielle, we'd be moving into week 4 and previews of Between the Line.
Holy potatoes!
Yeah, we would be heading into previews. Tell us, if people don't know the show, just a quick story. What is the show?
Okay, so Between the Lines is a story about this young girl. She's big-hearted. She's a bookworm. Her name's Delilah McPhee, and she comes from a broken home. She's bullied at school. She has no friends, and then one day she feels like she's not important, and nobody takes her seriously, and she can't do anything with her life. And then one day she makes a wish that the heroic the lead character of her favorite novel comes to life, and then her wish comes true, and that character in the book comes to life. But what surprises her is that instead of the prince saving her, it turns out that the prince is asking her to save him and to get him out of the book and save his world. And so she finds out that in this journey, she's actually the hero, and she's the one who can change her story.
What's your favorite part of the show? Yeah.
My
Is
favorite,
there a mic?
Yeah.
my favorite part of the show maybe is the moment when Prince Oliver in the book actually speaks for the first time. So yeah, it's like it's when her wish comes true and suddenly nothing makes sense and everything's magical but also really weird at the same time.
Yes. I love that moment too. I really do. Hey, so if people want information and to keep up with Between the Lines, because we're like everyone else, we're on a holding pattern for right now, but as soon as we can come back, we're going to. Also, I'm going to give a shout out to our fearless producer, Ms. Daryl Roth, who is keeping the flame burning.
Daryl Roth.
Thank you, Daryl.
We love you, Daryl.
Daryl Roth is life.
You can go to betweenthelinesmusical.com and join our mailing list, and you'll get information. And then where should they go to follow us on Insta?
On Instagram, you can go to @BTLmusical, and you can find that on Twitter as well.
Hey, JJ, what's your favorite show?
Between the Lines.
Good answer.
It's true. It's true.
I know this about you. Sophie Chat, do we have questions?
Yes, we do. I'm going to bring back Marty Ward.
Marty Ward.
From DMR Adventures from Charlottesville, Virginia. Marty, what's your question? Maddie, what's your question?
So my question is, what advice would you give to aspiring actors like myself and other children all around the world?
All good children all around the world. Okay. I would say that if you really want to do this, if you really want to be an actor, there's two things. One, you have to think that your dreams that you want to achieve, whether it's be on Broadway or whether it's star in a movie, whatever it is, you have to believe that those dreams aren't just dreams. They're actually prophecies, and they are definitely going to come true. So you can't control the how or the when, but if you believe that they're really going to come true and that they're prophecies of your future, and you move forward knowing that that's true.
No.
Without a doubt.
No doubt.
Then,
it is true.
Then you can
just know ahead of
make
time.
it happen.
Like if time isn't linear and you've just seen the future and that your dreams are a flash from the future, because that way you can stay so optimistic. Because even, let's say you could get to New York or LA if you want to do film or wherever it is that you go and have years and years and years where nothing happens. But if you know it's going to happen, then people are like, oh, aren't you getting sad? And you're like, no, because it's going to happen. I'm like, but it hasn't happened yet. And you're like, yeah. But I already know it's going to happen.
And then I'll tell you one more thing.
Yes.
If you believe that whatever your character is going through is something that you wrote, I actually got this from Jeff Calhoun, who's actually watching. He's our director of Between the Lines. And he told me this years ago. I don't remember when, but he always told me that make sure that the lyrics of a song feel like you writing in your journal. So they're coming from inside of you and they're your own thoughts. They're not just words that somebody gave you. So as long as you believe that and you can make it real for yourself, the audience will believe however far as you believe. So you have to believe it first.
And then I have two. Can I give you mine?
Yeah.
My two are that, one, we always think when we're doing master classes or working on anything, whether the character is a good guy or a bad guy, or whether it seems larger than life or like regular life, if your acting, if your performance of it isn't about what the character loves, the audience doesn't feel it. Even if it's a bad guy, like
even if it's like Jafar in Aladdin,
he needs to love the idea of being the Sultan, even if he's the worst. And it actually makes him scarier, but the audience also connects because they say, oh, I see what they care about. And sometimes people are like, oh, I want to, even if it's a scene where you're like playing what the person's really mad about, try and think about what they love and why the thing makes them mad because it's taking them away from that. That'll change your life. And my other big thing is to remember that you are the only version of you that will ever exist. And so when it comes to making choices about the character and what you want to do, I always want it to be really transformative and everything. And I still like when I get to do it. But you got to remember, everybody can make those choices. But the only thing nobody can ever do is bring you and your life experiences and what you care about and what other people might think makes you weird, but actually anything that anybody thinks make you weird means that it's not like anybody else, which means it's a superpower.
So don't be afraid to be you.
And the more that you can bring you and what you love to whatever it is that you do, it'll make you invincible.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're awesome.
Thanks, Maddie.
Can't wait to work with you.
All right, so our next question comes from Facebook. We have Spencer Lau from Woodruff Ace. This quarantine and its effect on the theater community feels like when a show closes before its opening or shorter run than expected. What are things you do to deal with those feelings when it's happened to you?
I wasn't in the show, so only Arielle knows.
Yeah, this just happened to me as Jasmine in Aladdin. It's very sad. I will say for the first few days or up to a week, you're just devastated because you didn't know it was your last show, or maybe you didn't even get to open the show. So when you have these feelings, you have to know, number one, that you worked as hard as you could and that you gave the performance if you actually performed it. You gave the performance that changed people's lives and took people on a journey, and that's all you can do. So you have to release any sort of control over wanting it to have been differently. If you didn't ever get to open the show, you still have the urge to want to share your work and to share the story. So I hope that you take the opportunity to sing for people or do the show in your living room for your family, or post a video on YouTube and share it with your friends and get it out there, because when you work so hard on a story and on a character, you need to be able to express it. So allow yourself to do that and make an opportunity for you to do that, even if the opportunity didn't actually come to fruition for you.
And I wasn't in a show that closed, but if it's helpful, I have something that I like to do before every single show. I always tell myself before every single performance, no matter how long the run is, last show that I will ever do in my life. After this, the universe gives me no opportunities to act ever again. So try and bring, like, not just final performance of the show energy, but like, oh, this is how I retire. This is it. This is how I go out. And to bring that to every show, because I know that one day when it is my last show, I won't know it when it happens. But if I do that for every show and I bring that kind of gratitude to every show, then when that show happens,
you'll feel
you can
like
be
you
like,
did your best.
yeah, well, I did that thing, didn't I?
Yeah.
That's amazing advice. Great. We have one last question from Instagram. She's in the virtual green room. We have Claire Daughtery, who's in 7th grade. She's from Carol Crane Youth Theater in Huron, Ohio. Claire, what question do you have?
Hi. So we know Jasmine saw a whole new world when she went on the magic carpet ride. So my question is, what's your idea of a whole new world?
Oh, wow. You mean like, what do I wish for, like world peace? Okay. Good question.
Claire?
I wish for a world where everybody has the opportunity to learn as much as they want to learn. And I wish for a world where everyone feels freedom to do whatever they want to do and feels supported by their community and by their family and people around them. I feel like the more that a person feels supported and the more that someone feels free and able to do what they want to do, then they'll take larger risks and be more courageous to create the world and the life that they want for themselves.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, Claire.
That's a good one.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Claire. All right, back to you, Tim.
Claire, wow, those are great questions.
Yeah.
Nailed it. She gave a 60 minutes question.
Totally.
I love it.
We have kids are smart. And one of the things that I always say is that we just feel like anytime you're at JTF, and I know, JJ, you haven't been there yet, but you will be. One of the things that you come away is that you really do feel like the future is going to be great because you see it and you see the hands and the minds of the kids who are creating it. So it's just a good thing to remember in these times right now.
Also, JTF is this community where they come and they feel encouraged to be their fullest selves.
Yes.
They feel encouraged to be creative and share their creativity. And having this, this world that they feel like they can go to every year, JTF offers them that family aspect where they feel supported enough to express their fullest selves. which wonderful.
Have you watched the show Encores on Disney Plus?
I was on Encores.
Oh, we haven't seen yours.
When?
Episode.
Which episode?
The Oklahoma episode.
Okay, one I cannot wait. We've only seen the Beauty and the Beast, and the one that's Anything Goes, where it's 45 years after they graduated.
Yeah.
Something we started watching it yesterday. We watched 2 of them. We loved it, but it was so beautiful to see how people, even if they didn't pursue theater, when they go back, all of them are like, this time of being an actor in high school and a member of theater was the best time of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And so I hope that to all of the young actors out here watching, it's really such a special, special time. And I hope you guys know that it's really, really meaningful. It's such a gift, and it's something you'll just always, whether you decide to do theater or not, it's something that you'll always hold in your heart. It's just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful time.
What I love about Encore is seeing how important the theater teacher is in these young people's lives. 45 years later or 20 years later, whatever, when they come back, you could tell they're good teachers.
Yes.
You could tell that they took these kids and lifted them up. I dare you not to cry during my episode. It's having nothing to do with me. It's such a good storyline.
That's not going to happen.
He's a crier. He cries at everything.
I cried in a Tylenol commercial when they don't have a headache anymore.
No.
When I'm like, they just didn't want to be in pain anymore. Like, I weep at the opening credits of films that I haven't seen.
Well, bring your tissues. Bring them. So you guys are going to sing for us.
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know because we rehearsed. So.
So you had a sneak peek.
Yeah, I had a sneak peek, and it's terrific. So what are you going to sing?
We are actually going to sing a song from Between the Lines. And this is the song that is the moment I was talking about earlier, where the character in this book she's reading actually comes to life after she wishes for him to be real.
Yes.
I'm going to go into the book.
Take it away, you guys.
Go out onto the roof, where I can't hear them fighting. The walls in our room aren't.
Wait, did you need us? Did you need us? You popped out. Is something wrong? Let us know.
The audio was messed up for just a second, but it auto-corrected itself. So if you guys just want to start from the beginning again, that'd be great.
We will.
Round 2, and I disappear into the book.
I thought when my dad moved out that the fighting would stop. I was wrong. So I climb out my window and I go out onto the roof, where I can't hear them fighting, and the walls in my room aren't closing in. I'm weird. Everyone says so, and I'm stuck because I can't drive. So I need a place to get away, escape with Rand or Hemingway. Okay, fine. I know that it's risky, but out here, my mind is clear. Till I fixate on this fairy tale that's like hashtag epic fail. Between the lines, there's a place where I feel free, and the world is somehow quiet when it's just the moon and me. And there's a guy who I relate to, someone I'd like to know. Between the lines, that's where I want to go. Oliver, I wish you were real.
Hi. Oh wait, please don't shut the, please don't shut the book. Hi, did you see my message?
On page 59?
She noticed. She noticed! Hi, let me explain. I'm Oliver. I pay a pinch, and I wear tight tights. I'm scared of dragons, trolls, abnormals, and heights. But it's my job to save the princess, and so I could as well. I have to tell the tale. I have a sword. I've never used it. One time I tried, I hit my bottom and I bruised it. I used my brain to beat the villains. You see, the story needs heroic leads like me. But between the lines, I don't have to act the part. And so I live for all the moments before I'm right back at the start. If I could leave these pages, I'd say what I truly feel. Between the lines, that's where my life is real.
Books don't talk.
Please, won't you listen? Your head's so big, and oh, your eyes, my, how they glisten. The other heads, they were much smaller.
Thanks.
Yes, that's why I noticed you. It's quite a lovely view.
Nope. Good, Delilah. Now you're imagining that a fictional character is flirting with you. This is a low point, even for you. You're gonna open the book, and he's not gonna talk.
Please, don't shut me out. Don't trap me in.
I'm going crazy.
Because you can hear me right. You can't hear me right. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Then don't shut me out.
Sorry.
Because this means I'm real. Because this is splendid, right? This is splendid, right?
This is splendid. But wait, I've read hundreds of books. This has never happened before.
I'm not like most characters. Everyone here is perfect and happy, living a story that has been written for them. I'd do anything to change my story.
Me too.
See, look how much we already have in common. It must be lovely there. No one here can understand me. I've always felt isolated.
Always felt underrated.
Now I'm elated to find that between the lines, there's a way we can connect. I've always felt this book was different, but it's not what you'd expect. And it's like I've always known you, more than beginning to end. Between the lines, I think I found a friend.
Wow.
You guys were so good. I brought a couple of friends.
Who's here?
Hi! Oh, you're all here! Oh, my heart. This is like walking into like a surprise birthday party.
Surprise! That was beautiful.
Thank
Ruby
you.
Coe is the co-writer of the book that the story is based on. And then we have Jeff Calhoun, our director.
Yay! I
You
did.
guys were so good. It was so worth missing Judge Judy for.
What did you think, Jody?
Oh, it's so great to hear this music again and to see you guys. Last time I saw you, you were getting married. It was wonderful.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. So good to see you all.
And Kate?
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, you just got a puppy.
I just got a dog. Yeah.
A Corona dog?
A Corona dog.
Where did you get it? I'm so jealous.
From a shelter, a rescue.
Wow.
You want our dog?
Yeah, she's really cute. Her name's Emma, and she's 13, and she's very into food and napping. So we have a little
And Elisa, how about you?
I'm good. I miss you all so much. Arielle and JJ, that was so beautiful, and it just made my heart burst. I loved that. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Tim, can I just say, this is amazing what you're doing. Hearing the questions from the kids, reading all their chats in the chat room. It's really amazing that you're carrying the torch through these hard times.
Yeah, for sure.
thank you, Jeff, and thanks all of you guys for, just answering a text and being like, yeah, I'll go do that. What, you don't have to, I know, but it means a lot to me and also to the kids and the teachers.
The best.
It's important that we know that we are all in this together. A lyric that you know quite well, Jeff.
Well, speaking of that, that's the first time Ariel and I worked together, a little show called High School Musical.
We're all in this together. Once you know that you are here are stars and you see.
I never knew the lyrics even then.
I still don't know them, but I always wait for the last time and blah, 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 blah. But the rest of it, I don't know.
Well, thanks you guys for joining us.
What a joy.
Please stay safe, stay healthy, and I can't wait till we are all in the room where BTL, Between the Lines, will happen. And we get to tell our story to the world here in New York City.
Yay!
Thanks, you guys.
Bye. Bye.
Well, that is our show. And what a terrific show it was. I know after I host these shows, I just feel so much better. And it's just a great way to launch into our weekends. So continue to go out there and make the world a better place, one musical at a time. And don't forget, please spread the word to everyone you know that we are premiering the world's very first Zoomsical right here next week, Friday at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Hey, dress up. Make it an opening. Make some hors d'oeuvres, mocktails, cocktails, if you're of the right age, of course. All right, we'll see you back here next week. So help us Sondheim.
That's a wrap, everyone.
Yay!
Yay!